What if I told you that the final season of Outlander will bring not just romance and heartbreak, but shocking twists that will change everything you thought you knew about Claire? Jamie and their family, the leaks for Season 8 are painting a picture of a journey that is darker, more emotional, and full of unexpected turns. Season 7 left fans with their hearts racing as the Frasers faced a world that felt like it was falling apart around them. Claire and Jamie's bond has always been the heart of Outlander, and by the end of the last season, we saw just how much they've already sacrificed to keep their family safe. Claire had endured her share of pain, and Jamie continued to carry the heavy weight of protecting the people he loves against the brutal backdrop of war and uncertainty. Brianna and Roger's story also took a surprising turn. In Season 7, they found themselves forced to step into the dangers of time travel once again. It's not just for themselves, but for their children. It was no longer about their love story alone, but about ensuring the safety of their entire family. The tension was high as they faced questions of loyalty, trust, and survival. In the middle of these journeys, the threat of war in America continued to grow louder, making it clear that no character would remain untouched by history's cruel hand. End of the season did not give us peace or closure. Instead, it left us with open wounds and unanswered questions. Fans were left wondering how much more Jamie and Claire can take. Will they survive the battles ahead, or will time finally catch up to them? Brianna and Roger are not safe either, as whispers of danger continue to follow their every step. The decisions they made in Season 7 are clearly going to echo into the future, shaping not just their lives, but also the fate of their children. One of the most haunting parts of the ending was the feeling that the family is being pulled in different directions. Time itself has become a weapon in their story. Every choice of whether to stay in one timeline or move to another comes with heavy consequences. Fans already know that Outlander thrives on tragedy mixed with hope and Season 7 set the perfect stage for this balance to tip. In Season 8, even side characters who once seemed safe are now at risk. Old allies could become new enemies, and past mistakes could come back stronger than before. That is why the Season 7 finale felt less like an ending and more like the first step into an emotional storm. The way the show left us hanging was not just a cliffhanger, but a warning that the final season will not let anyone rest easy. As we move towards Season 8, it is important to remember how much has already been lost and how much more there is to lose. Claire and Jamie are not only fighting battles outside, they are fighting the cruel passage of time itself. Brianna and Roger must make choices that will decide if their family ever finds peace or remains trapped between centuries forever. This is why the leaks for Season 8 feel so intense. Season 7 left the door wide open for heartbreak and big surprises, and every spoiler we have heard so far points to the fact that the final season will push every character to the edge. Season 8 of Outlander is not just another season, it is the final chapter in a story that has been told for more than a decade. This is the last journey for Claire, Jamie, and their family, and that fact alone makes every small piece of news more powerful than ever before. We dive into the leaks and rumors. We need to look at what has been officially confirmed by the creators of the show and trusted sources. Because even without the spoilers, these facts already reveal how emotional and epic the ending will be. First truth we know is that Season 8 will officially be the end. Outlander is closing its long and unforgettable story after 8 seasons. The network made the announcement with a heavy tone, almost like a farewell letter to the fans. This means that every single moment of the final season will be written with the weight of goodbye. It will not be about setting up another adventure, but about giving closure and making sure no loose thread is left hanging. Another confirmed detail is the number of episodes. Season 8 will be shorter than some of the earlier seasons, with 10 episodes in total. At first, this might sound disappointing to fans who want more time with the Frasers, but in reality it means the writers will have no filler. No wasted minutes, every scene will carry meaning, every moment will move the story toward the finish line. Shorter seasons often create tighter storytelling, and that makes the ending even more intense. We also know that filming for Season 8 has already started. The cast has been spotted in different locations, and behind-the-scenes photos confirm that many of the key players are back. Catriona Balfe and Sam Heughan are confirmed to return as Claire and Jamie, and their performances will hold. The emotional center of the show, Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin, will also return as Brianna and Roger. Their storyline about family and survival is not finished, and the final season promises to test them in ways we have not yet seen production. Updates also tell us something else important. The final season is being given extra care and attention, unlike a rushed conclusion. The creators are treating it like a farewell gift to the fans. Every department from costumes to set design is working to bring the 18th century world to life. One last time, with even more detail, the producers have said that they want to honor both the characters and the fans who have stayed loyal all these years. There is also one more confirmed fact that adds to the emotional weight. Outlander Season 8 will act as a bridge between the story we know and the spin-off series, Blood of My Blood, which will explore the origins of Jaime's parents. This means the ending will not just close one story, but also open the door to a new chapter in the Outlander universe. The creators know that fans want both closure and a reason to hope for more, and they are carefully balancing both goals. These facts alone make Season 8 feel like more than just television. It feels like history wrapping itself around fiction. It is the end of a love story that has survived wartime travel, betrayal, and tragedy. It is the end of a family's fight to stay together no matter what, but it is also a celebration of everything. Outlander has given its audience a chance to prepare for one final emotional storm before the last. Goodbye, the leaks from Outlander Season 8 are not small whispers. They are loud warnings that this final chapter will shake the entire story too. Its core, if you thought you knew where the journey was heading, think again, because the spoilers point to heartbreak, family secrets, and the kind of endings that will stay with viewers long after the credits rolled. The first and biggest leak centers around Claire and Jaime. Their love has always been unbreakable, tested again and again across wars and centuries, but this time, their bond may face the one enemy they cannot fight forever. Time itself. Rumors suggest that Jaime's health will become a key focus in the final season. His strength has carried the family through countless battles, but now there are hints that his body will finally begin to give in. Claire may be forced into the most painful role of her life, not just as a healer, but as someone who must watch the man she loves slip away. This spoiler is not just about death, it is about legacy, about what Jaime leaves behind, and whether his story ends in tragedy or triumph. Another leak reveals shocking possibilities in the time travel storyline. Brianna and Roger may face a twist that takes them far away from the safety they fought so hard to secure. There are hints that their children, especially young Mandy, could become central to the mystery of traveling between centuries. If this is true, it means the danger of time travel will no longer belong to Claire and Jaime alone, but will stretch into the next generation. The idea that their children might inherit the same risks opens the door for both new hope and new heartbreak. There are also whispers of major deaths. Season 8 will not shy away from tearing the audience apart, and the leaks suggest that at least one beloved character will not make it to the end. Names have not been confirmed, but fans are already speculating who could be lost. Some believe a close ally will fall in battle. Others fear a devastating farewell for a member of the Fraser family itself. The leaks are clear about one thing, though. This season will not end without tears. Villains of the story are also rumored to rise again, just when you think the past is gone. Outlander has a way of bringing back enemies or mistakes that were never fully buried. Leaks suggest that a shadow from earlier seasons will return in some form and create chaos for the Frasers at the worst possible moment. If true, this means the family will not only be battling history, but also their own ghosts. But perhaps the most surprising spoiler is that Season 8 may not give fans a clean and simple ending. Instead, it could end with a twist that keeps the spirit of Outlander alive forever. The leaks hint that even as some doors close, others may remain open. The balance between past and future, between love and loss, may leave viewers with both heartbreak and hope. What makes these leaks so powerful is not just the events themselves, but the emotional weight behind them. This is not a story of victory or defeat alone. It is a story of sacrifice, of what a family is willing to endure to stay together, and of what time takes from us, no matter how hard we fight. For every Outlander fan who has also read Diana Gabaldon's novels, the question has always been the same. Okay, Will the show stay loyal to the books, or will it take its own path? Season 8 gives us the biggest test of that question yet, because the leaks line up closely with the events of Written in My Own Heart's Blood, the 8th book in the series. But the whispers also suggest that the show may choose to bend the story in shocking ways to give television audiences something different. The book Jamie survives battles that seem impossible. His presence remains strong as he fights for both family and country. Claire, as always, stays by his side, and their love continues to anchor the story. However, the show leaks hint at something darker. While the book offers moments of comfort and even survival, the final season may not be so forgiving. For example, in Gabaldon's writing, Jamie's strength endures, but in the leaks we hear his health could begin to fade, creating a sharper emotional farewell. The book gives fans the comfort of knowing Jamie's fire never goes out, but the show might choose heartbreak to give the ending more dramatic power. Another place where the book and leaks touch is with Brianna and Roger in Written in My Own Heart's Blood. Their journey is full of family struggle and the difficulties of protecting children. In a world that does not feel safe, the show appears ready to expand this by pushing their children, especially Mandy, into the center of the time travel mystery. This would be a huge departure from the book because it shifts the danger from parents to children, making the final season not just about closing Jamie and Claire's chapter, but opening the door to a new generation. Book also contains its share of death and loss, but it balances them with survival and unexpected reunions. Fans of the novels know that Diana bears her characters in ways that allow them to fight another day, but the leaks from the show suggest the opposite. They hint at a brutal finality where at least one major character will not escape. This creates a divide between what readers expect and what viewers may get, and that tension builds even more excitement for the season. Even the role of history itself may be altered. The book paints a rich picture of the Revolutionary War and how the Frasers are caught in the storm. But television is not just about history, it is about drama, and leaks suggest that the showrunners are more focused on giving the family personal battles that hit harder than politics. This means some historical details could be cut down, while the spotlight shifts more heavily onto intimate character arcs. What makes these book connections so fascinating is how they prepare us while also misleading us. If you have read the novels, you think you know the path, but the leaks suggest the show will take that familiar road and then twist it at the last moment, so fans are left shocked instead of comforted. And that is the magic of adapting a story for television. The familiar becomes unfamiliar, the expected becomes surprising for fans. This means one thing: do not trust the safety of the books when watching the show. Season 8 is shaping up to honor Diana Gabaldon's world, but also to step out of its shadow and create its own unforgettable ending. When the leaks first appeared, fans did not just sit back and accept them. They began to spin their own theories, weaving every clue into predictions that stretch far beyond what has been confirmed. Outlander has always been a story where history, fate, and love collide. So it makes sense that the final season has sparked some of the boldest ideas the fandom has ever created. One of the most popular theories is that Jamie Fraser will finally meet his death in Season 8. The reasoning is simple. Fans argue that Jamie's story has always been about sacrifice. He has given his body, his freedom, and his future for Claire and his family. Again, the leaks about his failing health only strengthen this idea. Jamie dies, many believe it will not be in a meaningless way, but in an act of protection, leaving behind a legacy that defines him forever. Yet there is another camp of fans who fiercely believe Jamie cannot die. They say his bond with Claire is too central, and that ending it with his death would betray the love story that has carried the show for so well. Claire herself is also at the center of theories. Some fans believe she may return to her own time once Jamie's journey is complete. The image of Claire standing in the modern world, carrying the memory of Jamie, is one that fans see as both tragic and poetic. Others suggest she might stay in the past with Jamie, no matter the cost, creating an ending where time finally stops moving for them. The leaks hint at painful choices, but the theories push those choices to their most extreme possibilities. Brianna and Roger's arc has also drawn wild speculation. The idea that their children, especially Mandy, could become key to the mystery of time travel has led fans to ask if the show might be secretly setting up a continuation beyond Season 8. Imagine a future where Mandy grows up to inherit the power of moving through centuries, carrying the Frasier name into stories we have not even imagined. Some fans believe this could be the true reason why the leaks focus so heavily on the next generation. Another theory that refuses to die is that Outlander will not give us a clear ending at all. Instead, fans believe the show might close with a loop, leaving the story open to interpretation. Some point to small clues in earlier seasons about prophecies and visions. They suggest that Season 8 could reveal that the Frasier family has always been part of a cycle, a story that repeats across time, never truly ending. If true, this would create an ending that is both frustrating and brilliant, leaving fans debating for years. Even side characters have their own theories circling around them. Some fans predict old enemies will return, not just to challenge Jamie, but to destroy the fragile peace his family has built. Others believe long-lost allies will appear in the final moments, giving the Frasiers one last moment of hope before everything changes. What makes these theories so unique is that they reveal the emotional hunger of the audience. Everyone is searching for meaning in the leaks, hoping to prepare themselves for heartbreak while still holding on to hope. Fans do not just want an ending, they want an ending that feels worthy of the journey they have taken with these characters. And until Season 8 finally arrives, the theories will keep growing louder, feeding the suspense that hangs over the final chapter. The final season of Outlander is more than a story waiting to be told. It is a clock ticking louder with every passing day. Fans across the world are not only asking what will happen, but also when they will finally get to see it. The truth is that Season 8 has been announced as the last chapter, and production is already underway, but the official release date is still wrapped in secrecy. That silence has only fueled more speculation, making the wait almost as dramatic as the show itself. Leaks suggest that filming for Season 8 began earlier this year in Scotland, with the cast returning to the rugged landscapes that have always been a character of their own in Outlander. If this timeline is true, it points to a release window late next year, or even the year after. Some insiders whisper that the creators want to give themselves more time than usual to make sure every frame of the final season looks and feels like a farewell gift. If that is the case, then Season 8 may not arrive until fans are nearly desperate with longing, and that desperation will only add to the impact of its arrival. Another expectation is about the length of the season. We already know it will be 10 episodes shorter than some earlier years, but this is not being seen as a weakness. Instead, fans expect those 10 episodes to be sharper and more emotional than anything that came before. Every moment will matter, no wasted dialogue, no throwaway scenes, because when you are telling the final chapter of a love story that has spanned decades and centuries, every second has to carry weight. There are also expectations about the tone of the season. Outlander has always walked a fine line between romance, history, and fantasy, but fans believe the final season will lean heavily into emotion rather than spectacle. The battles will still be there, the time travel mysteries will not disappear, but the leaks and hints suggest that the center of everything will be about legacy, sacrifice, and final goodbyes. This expectation has created a mix of excitement and dread, because fans know it means heartbreak is coming. The release window also brings with it a sense of community. For nearly 10 years, viewers have watched Outlander together across countries and cultures, and the final season will be no different. Many expect it to be one of the most watched and most discussed seasons of the entire series. Social media will light up every week with debates, heartbreak theories, and endless rewatches, because fans know they will never get this story again. Perhaps the biggest expectation is that the ending will not simply close the book, but burn it into memory forever. Fans do not want to say farewell. They want an unforgettable one. They want to cry, to cheer, to feel something so deep that it stays with them long after the final scene fades. And because the creators know this, Season 8 is being built as a farewell, not just to a story, but to an era of television. So, when will it arrive? The answer may still be hidden, but the expectation is already clear. The final season is not coming quickly. It is coming carefully. And when it finally does appear, it will demand every viewer's heart one last time. The journey of Outlander is reaching its final horizon, and every leak, every theory, every whisper tells us that Season 8 will not be an ordinary ending. It will be a storm of love and loss of choices that change everything, of time itself bending. In Breaking Around the Frasers, this is not just the conclusion of a television show. It is the closing of a story that has carried fans through wars across centuries and into the hearts of characters who feel like family as we look back at all the years behind us. We see how far Claire and Jamie have come. They began as strangers from different worlds, torn apart by time, but drawn together by fate. Their love has carried them through fire, through war, through betrayal and heartbreak, and now the leaks suggest that fate is ready to test them one last time. For some, this may be the end of their love story. For others, it will be the proof that true love never dies, no matter the century. But no matter how the story closes, one truth is certain: it will leave a mark that cannot be erased. Brianna and Roger stand at the edge of their own destiny. Their children may carry the weight of time travel. Their future may hold dangers the parents cannot stop. The leaks and the theories tell us this family will not find safety easily. Their story may not be wrapped up with a simple bow. Instead, it may carry echoes of what is to come in the Outlander universe, hinting at the future, even as the past finally closes its meaning. Is clear. Outlander is not only about one couple, it is about a family bound together across centuries by love, courage, and sacrifice. And then there is the fear, the expectation of death, the idea that not all of our beloved characters will reach the end of this road. The leaks are clear. Heartbreak is coming. The only mystery is who will be left standing when the story is done. This knowledge makes every upcoming episode feel heavier, every scene more precious. Fans know they must prepare to lose, but they also know they will gain something even more powerful, an ending that honors the story in all its glory and pain. The final season is not just something to watch, it is something to experience. It is the moment when everything we have followed for years comes full circle, and that is why this last chapter feels so monumental. Outlander will not simply fade into history, it will leave behind a legacy just like Jamie and Claire. One that fans will carry for years after the credits roll. Now the question is for you, how do you think the story will end? Do you believe Jamie will fall? Do you think Claire will stay in the past or return to the future? Do you think the children will carry the secret of time travel into a new chapter? The leaks have given us clues, but only the final season holds the truth. So keep your eyes open and your heart ready. The end of Outlander is on the horizon, and when it comes, it will not just close a story, it will close a piece of our own journey. As fans, share your theories in the comments and prepare to say goodbye, because one thing is certain: Season 8 will change Outlander forever.